Well, good morning and welcome to Fully Charged Live. We're here in Farnborough. It's the big weekend. This is the calm before the storm of day 2. The bags under my eyes are only handbag sized at this point, but they'll be full-blown duffel bags by tomorrow. Now, we don't usually do too much filming across the weekend because we're busy sort of running around, doing panels, saying hello to people, all that jazz. But I saw something yesterday that I just felt I had to shoot a quick episode on. I couldn't resist the opportunity to do a little mini shoot with this particular car because it's one of the most delightful, bizarre and hilarious contraptions I've seen in a really long time. So say hello, my friends, to the Nobe 100 GT. Oh, it's stuck on the back. Big reveal. Look at this. Look at this. So what do we have here? Well, it's Estonian, first of all, another in a long line of historic and glorious Estonian car brands. And this car is built on 2 particular mantras. Number 1, cars are getting a bit big and a bit fat, unnecessarily so. And especially in the electric era where we're trying to use as little energy as possible, using the power that we've got sparingly. These gigantic 2.5-ton SUVs just don't make much sense, do they? So let's make them smaller. As you can see from this front end, it kind of looks like an old classic American muscle car. It's not, it's brand new, but maybe sort of 2/3 scale one. It's really diddy. I know all cars look small when I stand next to them, but this one really is proper small. And the other mantra of the company, upon which this car is designed, is that cars should be fun. Why not take this opportunity to build something that raises an eyebrow, makes people smile? And this car has got that in spades for a particular reason. You come around the side here, front end, little tiny diddy American classic. Work your way around the side and begin to notice something. This car's getting a bit thin back here, isn't it? It's a three-wheeler. Look at this thing. It's a 3-wheeled micro electric car. It is absolutely delightful, really beautiful as well. Look at the way this back end tapers off. Look at the chrome detail. Look at the gorgeous leather upholstery and this old school interior. It's a really beautiful thing. Now, I don't have a lot of information about it, so at this point, I'm going to bring in the delightful and colourful founder of the company, Roman.
It's time. Fully Charged Live Europe, the world's #1 electric vehicle and clean energy show, sponsored by Mobility Service, arrives at the RAI in Amsterdam on the 20th, 21st and 22nd of May. Get your tickets today.
Hello, Roman.
Hello, Jack.
You've been a busy man this weekend so far, I imagine?
Yes, I've been very busy and very fortunate and just absolutely ecstatic, exciting, and just going nuts here.
I'm a little bit disappointed in myself that I didn't know about you guys until this week.
Didn't know about Nobe.
Embarrassing. Can you tell me a little bit about the story of this company? Because my understanding is it's a fun car, but with a quite serious mission behind it.
Yeah, we do. 2017, we had a dream to build a happy car. How about we build a new Beetle? Electric, as cute, and the car that will make our little country Estonia happy to be a country that actually makes cars as well. So we'll be as big as a British, Americans, Italians, Germans, and so on. Make the Earth a bit happier because it's a very light car. It's designed to last 30, 40 years. And it makes people happy, the owners also happy, because it's finally a car that's not going to be disposable.
It definitely makes me happy just looking at it. The 3-wheel design then, is that a focus around driving enjoyment? Because I've driven a Morgan 3-wheeler and it's so fun. There's something about that one wheel at the back that just makes it hilarious to drive. Is that a handling choice?
It corners completely differently. Everybody's about autonomous driving nowadays, yeah, but we still cater to that tiny tiny section of people who still enjoy driving cars. So this is engagement car. Yeah, it's much more fun. It makes it lighter. I mean, Nobe is about 850 kilos. We can lose a lot of weight, and it tapers down at the back. And once we are in production and making Nobe cars, GT and GTS, you know, we will want to increase the speed to 100, 120, maybe 140 miles. And having it tapered, you know, teardrop shape will allow us to do it with a very little effort.
It's really nice to see a smaller car as well. We were talking about this earlier. Cars are just getting bigger and bigger and fatter, and that doesn't make sense with electric power. Is there a conscious effort to build something that just uses energy a bit more intelligently?
Yeah, that's the whole idea, is to actually show the world that M1 category, you know, every car around on the streets is M1, and the whole category is about 80 years old. But the speed limits are, you know, lower. We have so many different safety features in cars. It doesn't make sense to have minimum of 1,500 kilos propelling one person.
So I know you're still in sort of pre-production phase, you're working with prototypes now, but what can you tell me about the construction, the hardware, the specs of this car? What information?
Yeah, we have been really lucky to, we got engaged 4 companies in UK, you know, in the East Midlands. Guys who have been involved with the British sports car brands. So they have come to help Nobe to create new carbon chassis for the car, and we're also looking at making carbon body panels. Wow. So yeah, we are at the still prototyping level with the cars, but our engineering is much closer to the actual pre-production level.
And do you have an early idea on what we might see in terms of battery size, performance, range?
Yeah, we're looking at the range between 160 to 200 miles with the singles charge. We're looking at the battery close to 30 kilowatts. The GT model will have about 80 kilowatt power motor. The GTS next year will have 140. Yeah, so
quite a lot of power in a car this size.
Yeah,
rear wheel drive, front wheel drive?
They're going to be front wheel drives. Yeah, we will develop actually also a supercar out of the GTS. Yeah, that will have a.
This is real.
That will have a 3-wheel drive. Yeah, and that will have a 1,200 newton meters of torque, and we'll show Lamborghinis, Ferraris a thing or two.
I'm looking forward to that test drive. That's going to be an interesting day.
Yeah.
And where are we in terms of timeline then? What stage are we at?
Yeah, we're still working on those prototypes right now. We've been talking to different companies in Detroit. The company's name is Nobe Cars USA. So there are a few shops there who are ready to start working with us, making up to between 2,000 and 5,000 cars a year. We're going to have a small production unit in UK as well, making right-hand drives up to 1,000 units. And then us being Estonians, we have our R&D facility, or the heart of Nobe development is in Tallinn, Estonia. We have about 5 more vehicles in our design book.
The pride of Estonia.
Thank you.
So, carbon panels, it's not going to be a cheap car. Do you have a rough idea of price? And also, who do you see this for? Is this the kind of the wealthy bachelor's weekend toy, or what's the market for this in your opinion?
We see a broad market for these cars. Of course, it's a wealthy bachelor or the nice couple who has it all. The GT is about 37,000 pounds, and the GTS at 47. So even your young couple who just wants to have something cool, something truly sustainable, something that doesn't go to the landfill, you know, they can afford it.
I love it.
Thank you.
Imogen, have you seen this?
I have, and it is absolutely extraordinary. It's also a bit of a weird, like, optical illusion. Like, you just do not expect what happens at the back when it's standing at the front.
It's
beautiful.
Absolutely delightful. You're an engineer. And you're looking at this and thinking that's feasible, that could actually be a real thing one day?
I mean, 100%. And I think, you know, the really critical thing is that actually having just 3 wheels means that you massively reduce the drag as well. So all of those sort of tricks and bits and pieces can make it super, super efficient and super viable, which is really cool.
Do you want to have a look at what's under here?
Yes.
This is the fast one. Ready? Let's have a look. This is the GT model. Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Batmobile vibes.
It's got fun and cute and a little bit more
Is that exposed
serious.
carbon?
Oh my God. I think that is exposed carbon.
30 kilowatt hour battery, not too big. 840 kg. Isn't it nice seeing an electric car that weighs less than a tonne?
Well, also, technically this is still a motorcycle category, which means that you don't need any particular special license, it's much cheaper to insure, it's much lighter, and yet you get all the bells and whistles of it actually being a car.
Speaking of bells and whistles, should we have a little nosy inside?
Yes.
Let's see what we've got in here. Oh, hello. Oh, charming. Oh, yes. The illuminated dial.
I mean,
Be very careful not to bang the door into the other one. It's snug, but I mean...
I thought this was maybe slightly made for me and not necessarily you, but you're in and you look kind of comfortable.
Smells nice and leathery in here. I
leathery.
like this old school wheel, illuminated dials, big fan. This is a nice little touch, the interior rear view mirror mounted on the dash.
Have a little, little inspection. And I mean, I'm not sure, you certainly couldn't fit in the back, but I reckon I could.
Yeah.
Or at least a bag of some description.
I've just noticed something down here. There are 2 driving modes. Would you like to read what those buttons say?
These dials should say that we've got eco on one side and crazy on the other side, which is just so fun. And I think that is what makes me so excited about this industry more generally, is that we have this opportunity to make loads and loads of different types of stuff. And how cool that we've got kind of a classic car in a modern clothing.
100%.
Yeah.
I really hope these guys succeed. Not least because I really want to drive this thing.
I really want to drive this thing.
Well, there we go. A little speedy mini episode here at Fully Charged Live. I think we probably have to go do our jobs and panel some discussions now, don't we?
I think so.
Well, there we go. Shall we sign off together?
Yeah, all right.
Please make sure to like and subscribe, and if you have been,
Thanks for watching.
Well, if you enjoyed that, have a look at this one, because this is hysterical. It's one of the first ones we ever did, and it's really bad. But this is the latest episode, which is fantastic. And you can subscribe to Fully Charged up there. No commitment to you, just click subscribe. And over here is our Patreon supporters page, which is amazing. Please have a look at that too.